sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. And if you are watching that live stream, don't forget to hit subscribe and keep up to date. And as my daughter says, Dad, tell them make sure that they hit the button subscribe and leave a comment. And if you want to support the show or support SHR Media, now that I can't speak today, go to Reaver.one/shop. That is REAVER.ONE/SHOP. You can pick up survival bracelets. Gotten countless of those. We have, it's now set up that you can pick out your custom colors and choose the colors that you want for your bracelet. Soon we'll be adding in different braids and all that. It's just appearance. Give you what you like. Let's see what else. We have new t-shirts. We have an updated Thin Blue Line support law enforcement t-shirt. We have, of course, the new Reaver of Common Sense logo. The pro gun shirt. We have Thomas Jefferson holding up an AR-15 saying the last defense of tyranny, the Second Amendment. Then we have another one that says Second Amendment, the original Homeland Security. So pick them up. A lot of these are limited time. We have limited time offer on Monica. Vote Monica. She'll get the job done when Hillary couldn't. Life's a bitch. Don't vote for one with Hillary Clinton's face on it. There's some great t-shirts there. Go check them out. That is REAVER.ONE/SHOP. All right, I got a little, you're going to hear the audio. It's a video I found online. And, here, let me play it real quick. Got to go through all the screens. I can shut that down.
When you run for president, you need to be judged by what you have done. And I think the evidence is pretty clear.
Oh, it is clear, Mrs. Clinton. So let's take a trip back and look at what you've done. She's a compulsive liar.
I remember landing under sniper fire. There was supposed to be some kind of a greeting ceremony at the airport, but instead we just ran with our heads down to get into the vehicles.
I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email.
Secretary Clinton said there was nothing marked classified on her emails, either sent or received. Was that true?
That's not true.
Secretary Clinton said I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email. There is no classified material. Was that true?
No, there was classified material emailed.
Have you always told the truth?
I've always tried to. Always. Always.
Jimmy Carter said, I will never lie to you.
You're asking me to say, have I ever? I don't believe I ever have. I don't believe I ever have. I don't believe I ever will.
She suppressed rape victims of Bill Clinton.
She was just holding on to my hand. She didn't, because I had started to turn away from her. And she held on to my hand, and she said, Do you understand everything that you do? I mean, cold chills went up my spine. That's the first time I became afraid of that woman.
You interpret that to mean she knew about the incident?
I certainly do. I think she's always known. I think she's always covered up for him.
What Mr. Clinton did to me was wrong.
And she knew what her husband did to those women. There's no way that she did not know that. They're just not truthful people. And it's been a history of knowing that they're not truthful people. I don't know for sure what she wants to run for, unless it's just an ego thing.
Defended a child rapist.
Took a lie detector test. I had his polygraph. When she passed, which forever just drove my face in polygraphs.
How did it turn out?
Oh, he plea bargained. We got him off. It was time served in the county jail. He was in the county jail about 2 months.
Flip-flops on major issues.
I have been very consistent over the course of my entire life. I have always fought for the same values and principles. But I believe that marriage is not just a bond, but a sacred bond between a man and a woman.
Do you think New York State should recognize gay marriage?
No.
No. Okay.
I support marriage for lesbian and gay couples.
We've got to do several things, and I am, adamantly against illegal immigrants. I made this exception basically on humanitarian grounds because of the individual stories, but certainly we've got to do more at our borders, and people have to stop employing illegal immigrants.
Well, look, I voted numerous times when I was a senator to spend money to build a barrier to try to prevent illegal immigrants from coming in.
Instead of building walls, we need to be tearing down barriers.
On coal.
We're going to put a lot of coal miners and coal companies out of business. We're going to do a lot more on carbon capture and sequestration, try to see how we can get coal to be a fuel that can be continued to be sold and continue to be mined. I take a backseat to no one when you look at my record and standing up and fighting for progressive values.
I get accused of being kind of moderate and center. I plead guilty.
I support the Second Amendment. I don't want your guns. So for the federal government to be having any kind of, blanket rules that they're going to try to impose, I think doesn't make sense. And when it comes to guns, we have just too many guns on the streets, in our homes, in our neighborhoods. We've got to go after this. And here again, the Supreme Court is wrong on the Second Amendment. And I am going to make that case every chance I get. So I will need your help on that. Several communities have done gun buyback programs. But I think it would be worth considering doing it on the national level. But certainly the Australian example is worth looking at.
Will you say anything to get elected?
No, I'm not going to comment too much on this. I thought everybody would love to listen to that. I do have it up on my Facebook. And, of course, if you want to get me on Facebook, any social media, just look for Jersey Joe Talks. That is Jersey Joe Talks, yes, with an S, and you will find me. How was everybody's weekend? How come my headsets are sounding really weird? I think I need to get a new splitter. I think that's what it is. So, nothing this woman says is, she says whatever the crowd in front of her wants them, what they want to hear, that is what she says. Nobody actually knows what this woman is standing up for because a lot of those incidents that are in that video / soundbite came from this year alone. The coal, she contradicted herself back and forth. Guns. Let me tell you, this goes beyond just guns. Because she has told us that the federal government has the right to regulate all of our constitutional rights, which is directly against the constitutional rights. That's why they were put there, so that the government had no reason but to follow what was written. This is a further step of the Democrats, the left wing, just ignoring the Constitution. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, to be truthful, except, and I noticed it more this weekend. And I'm really going to try to step away from the left and right issue. Because anymore, it's not really left and right anymore. It seems to be the globalists versus the nationalists. And they're in each party. There is some nationalists that are in the Democrat Party that care more about country. And that's what it seems to be coming down to. I mean, there's a lot of conflict in both the Democrat and Republican Party, and it comes down to globalists versus nationalists. And we got to get rid of these goddamn globalists. We are a nation. I am happy, and I'm pretty sure my listeners are happy the way it is. We got to fight against it. We got to put into office the right people. We got to pay attention to what the hell we're doing. For too many years, we sat back. Things were going fine, and we didn't see the warning signs. Some people saw them, but it was a case of, why rock the boat type deal. So but now it's gotten to the point where we really have to step up. And we need to clean house. And I love this. Everybody's running around saying, well, Donald Trump's unfit. Hillary Clinton's unfit. Well, we didn't hear this when Barack was running. And that man is unfit. And recently, he was at a press conference. He said, I think the Republican nominee is unfit to serve as president. He's woefully unprepared to do this job. He had Mitt Romney and John McCain were wrong on certain issues. But I never thought they couldn't do the job. Well, Of course, when he was running against them, Obama said that McCain lacked the temperament to be president and accused, literally, Romney of killing a woman by laying off her husband from his job. It is worth recalling how few qualifications Obama himself had and how many factors ought to disqualified him. Both Hillary Clinton and John McCain drew attentions to his deficiencies. Clinton with her infamous 3 a.m. ad and McCain with his not ready to lead slogan. They were both right. Obama was unfit for the presidency and remains to this day unfit. He leaves office as one of the worst presidents in U.S. history. And 5 ways that he was unprepared. Jeremiah Wright, Obama's decade-long membership in a racist church whose pastor celebrated the terror attacks of 9/11, ought to have disqualified him from office right there. Certainly any candidate who was not the first viable black candidate for president would have been pressured to quit the race. Wright was only the first of many dubious associations with Chicago radicals, including former terrorist Bill Ayers, with whom Obama carried on a relationship that his campaign lied about. The results, 8 years of racially divisive rhetoric and 8 years of refusing even to acknowledge radical Islamic terrorism. Slumlord for cronies. Obama built relationships with Chicago property developers who advised him and raised money for him. He directed public funds to private companies that built and maintained or failed to maintain public housing. These include Valerie Jarrett, who owned slums in Obama State Senate District. Fundraiser Tony, some jackass, with whom the Obama also did a shady land deal. Resco. Tony Resco, something like that. The Boston Globe found many of the buildings uninhabitable. The pattern was mirrored by the cronyism of the 2009 stimulus, as well as the failure of Obamacare, a publicly subsidized private insurance calamity. And let me tell you, that 2009 stimulus, what, the people got, I think, $250, when the bill was $350 million or some crazy number like that. All that money went to these companies. They went to buy companies off. And I know the government's never going to do it, but I'm going to give an example of what could happen very easily. With that large as that bill was, of how much money we spent, we could have given $1 million to every tax-paying citizen in the United States. Okay? And told them, here's $1 million. Pay your debt off. Pay your house off. Put it away. But there'll be no more money coming from the federal government to help you out on problems. So if you get out of debt and you put yourself back in debt, that's your problem. If you want to use it to save your house, go right ahead. That would have saved the economy. Now, I'm not saying we should have done that, but if we're going to do a bill that large, and only $250, was it, would go to the people, maybe it should have went the other way, and it probably would have cleared up our economy real quick. People wouldn't have gone into bankruptcy on a lot of the houses. People wouldn't have lost their cars. A lot of things could happen. So, all right. No legislative achievement. Before seeking federal office in 2004, Obama had no legislation achievement whatsoever. When it looked like he might run for Senate, political bosses in Illinois put his name on legislation he had nothing to do with. I'm going to make me a U.S. Senator, one said. Once in Washington, Obama did little but scuttle bipartisan efforts to pass important bills like immigration reform, the better to exploit that issue in his own election. That foreshadowed his behavior in the White House, where he refused to work with Congress and instead imposed his will by unconstitutional executive fiat. His anti-war hysteria. Obama prided himself on a speech he gave in 2002 against the Iraq War. A speech so memorable that no one actually recorded it. He promised in 2007 to negotiate with America's enemies without preconditions, a pledge so naive that his campaign actually denied it. The result? The premature withdrawal from Iraq, the capitulation of the Taliban in Afghanistan, the disastrous Iran deal, which grows worse every day, the Russian reset. How'd that work out for you, Hillary? Here's the read that button. Here's the read that button. God. It's like something a 5-year-old would have thought up. Oh, actually handed a reset button. What is it? Office Depot or one of those. Here's the reset button. It's a little bit warm in here today. There we go. Before this show, hi, Kel. I didn't expect to see you today, but I'm very surprised and very happy to see you. Well, I had turned down the AC before coming into the room because I was trying to be nice to the wife and kids. They hate it at 75 degrees. That's why I put it at sleep. So, I think I turned it down just a wee too much. Because the door shuts and it creates a positive pressure in this room. And for some reason today, it's just warming up more than normal. I mean, we've had days where we were almost 100 degrees and it didn't warm up like that in this room. I don't know. All right, we are on to number 5 out of 5. Little private sector experience. Aside from his early job out of college, which he hated, Obama had no experience in the private sector. Beyond hitting up Wall Street friends for campaign cash, in fact, he had little executive experience of any kind. But his lack of experience in the private sector was crucial because he made it the target of many of his policies, from Obamacare to climate change. As a result, Obama undoubtedly doubled the national debt and presided over the slowest recovery since Second World War. The economy grew barely in spite of Obama, thanks to fracking and the federal easy money policies. This man has done nothing to step us forward. Everything has been a step sideways or a step back. There's been nothing to take us forward. But he knows how to whip up a crowd. He knows how to bullshit the people. And that's how he continues to have the numbers he does. People are so quick and want to like him and believe him that they just blindly block everything out, and it's easier just to have the wishful unicorn dreaming thoughts. I don't know how else to put it, because, I mean, it's sickening to think that there's so many blind lemmings, because they're not even sheep, they're blind lemmings. Sheep, at least, are not going to walk off a ledge, where lemmings will walk off a ledge. And these people have walked off the ledge, and they're willing to destroy this country in the name of Obama. They're willing to destroy everything this country stands for if Obama told them to do it. And that's what scares me with these people. They're willing to. This man's been unprepared. Let's see, the birther theory, which began in the Clinton campaign, had no basis in fact or law, but its likely origins lay claimed by Obama himself through his agent, that he had been born in Kenya, raised in Indonesia, and Hawaii. The fact that so little was known about Obama, despite his having written 2 memoirs, the first highly fictionalized, was a mark just later his administration would be the least transparent since Nixon. And even now CNN and MSNBC has complained about the non-transparency in this administration. 7.5 years later, when it's too late, now they're complaining about his campaign or his administration. It drives me up a wall. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising, YouTube, Spreaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network. Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. And if you like the live stream, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment. Last but not least, if you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one/shop. That is REAVER.ONE/SHOP. Grab yourself a survival bracelet, t-shirt, pocket constitution / independent Declaration of Independence. So, I got a little bit of everything there for just about anybody. Yeah, I'm getting so tired of this one's unfair. He's disqualified. No, he's disqualified. I'm tired of it from both sides. Listen, we only have three requirements by the Constitution. 35 years old, minimum. Natural-born citizen. Been living in the country for 14 years. That's it. That's what qualifies. You don't need to be a senator, a governor, a mayor, any type of political position. You don't need it. And just because you've been a senator doesn't mean you're better qualified. Because Obama had no foreign policy experience at all. So I don't want to hear this shit about Trump not having it. We elected that jackass for 2 terms. And he still doesn't have any foreign policy experience. Hillary Clinton doesn't have foreign policy experience. That woman has screwed up everything. I'm still trying to see what her accomplishments are, besides a bunch of failures and getting people killed. On a side note, this week's going to be a bad week for me. My wife and daughter are getting ready. There's open school for her class today. She starts 6th grade. She starts middle school on Wednesday. My little girl is in middle school. She's going to be, 14? It's, no. No, she's going to be turning 13 this year. She's 12 now. She's going to be turning 13. Do you know how depressing that is? My little girl's going on to middle school. You know, it just seems like yesterday I was holding her, you know, as a baby, and she's going on to middle school. A couple more years, she's going to be graduating. Whew. Time flies. It seems as you get older, time goes by quicker. So, that's my week ahead of me. Here's a little something I don't think a lot of people knew. Yeah, I'm getting old too. But here's a little something that not a lot of people knew. This whole con controversy. I know it's calming down, but someone did, I don't know how they got a hold of it, but they got a hold of it. They got a hold of Khan's bank statement. And on August 1st, $375,000 was deposited to Khan's law account from the Clinton Foundation. Clinton Foundation gave over $250,000 to Khan's law firm. How's that for a payoff? And everybody jumped all over Donald Trump. Over what? Over what? Because he responded to an attack. Well, I think everybody jumped on that little bandwagon too quickly. And you can't respond to it. And I'm tired of, well, he said he sacrificed. He sacrificed stuff for his business and for his success. Our military sacrificed, and they sacrificed, yes. And it may have been a dumb thing for him to say. But it wasn't disrespectful. I think it was more disrespectful, the father out there protecting the people that killed his own son. That was disrespectful. And now that he's getting bought off by the Clinton Foundation with over $250,000, that is disrespectful. This comes from the Powder Wig contributor Joseph Lavacki for the find. Fellow internet boggler, get off the BS for publishing the document, and to infamous hacker Anonymous who retrieved the document. In the image is a bank letter from Wells Fargo notifying the Kazoo Khan law firm that the Clinton Foundation is depositing $375,000 into its bank account. And I have it on Reaver of Common Sense. I think I have it up on Reaver.1. Nikes, I can't remember if I did. I think I did. Checking right now. I want to make sure it's there before I tell you to go there and look at. Yep. If you go to Reaver.1, that is REAVER.ONE, you'll find the document. Or what they claim is the document. I don't know legitimacy of it. There's a lot of information that's blacked out. But you can plainly see August 1st, Clinton Foundation, and the amount. Everybody that, right, left, I don't care where your political leanings, jumped all over Donald Trump. This man was bought off. You're talking it's the third election since his son died. Now he's going to come out and bitch about it? Sorry, he got bought off. It smelled funny from the beginning. Oh, God. Alan Combs is on Fox right now. That is one man I'd like to do some tooth extractions on. I do not like that man. That man is such a kiss ass. Doesn't matter what the hell Obama and the Democrats do. He would approve of it and find a way to try to spin it in a positive light. And he thinks he's the smart he's so smart and can spin it and everybody's going to buy his bullshit. That man, please. He's got his head so far up Obama's ass, everybody can smell it a mile away. Sorry for the little distraction there. But yet, everybody jumped. And people should know by now you shouldn't jump that quick. Because you need to sit back and wait. Because when it comes to the Democrats, usually there's going to be that shoe dropping. And that shoe dropping is, Mr. Khan, was paid off. That wasn't his speech. He was just to go out there because he was a Gold Star dad. And nobody can respond to a Gold Star parent. Because that's what they're saying. You can't respond. Well, I have every respect for the military. I have every respect for the parents. But if you're going to jump into the political ring and go after somebody, don't be shocked when they respond and defend themselves and then claim, you can't do that because I'm a Gold Star parent. I'm sorry, that's my opinion on it, and take it for what it's worth. Now, if Trump would have started insulting the parents or insulting their son, and all that, then I would have put that one over the line. Trump responded appropriately. It wasn't too much, but it was just enough. He asked the question, which anybody with a brain knows that wife was not allowed to speak. Don't tell me 14 years, I think it's been. 14 years. Because what? 12 years. Sorry, 12 years has gone by, and she cannot speak about it. But yet the left is the same one that attacked Pat Smith ruthlessly. The left attacked her ruthlessly, calling for her death. Did you hear anybody say anything except for a few of us on the right? I didn't. I heard the media absolutely silent on it. And that is disgusting. That was an attack. That wasn't criticism. That was a plain out attack what happened to Pat Smith. But the left ignores that. The media ignores that. Mainstream media ignores a lot of things. So, Hillary Clinton's vice president candidate is defending the Iran payment. We paid a portion of the claim and we got hostages home. Now, after our benevolent leader has said that it wasn't a payoff, that it's just coincidental, now we have the vice president candidate coming out and saying, no, we got hostages home from a portion of the payment. So who's lying here? Did he just call Obama a liar, or is he lying to try to defend this money going there? Sounds like somebody spoke up without thinking. Sunday on NBC's Meet the Press, while commenting on the $400 million payment to Iran by the White House, at the same time American hostages were released, Democrat Vice President nominee Senator Tim Kaine, Democrat from Virginia, bragged the United States government had bargained it down to a fraction and paid a portion of the claim, and added, we got hostages home. Now, why have we always said we don't negotiate with terrorists? Because then it doesn't give them the incentive to go out and start taking hostages when they need money, knowing we'll pay it. So this dumbass, his big thing is, let me go out there and brag about it. Moron. I hate to judge a book by its cover, but every time I look at them, and everybody I talk to, they all say the same thing. You look at them, you're going, something's not right about that man. I'm like, for some reason, I just get this look. I always think of it like a child predator when I see him. Like that perverted child predator look. And I'm not saying that he has done it. He is one. He just has that look. Immediately, that's what I think of. And then when he makes statements like this, I think of the turkey vulture from Bugs Bunny. My mama told me to get something for dinner. We bargained it down to a fraction and paid a portion of the claim. We got our hostages. That's exactly, it's what pops in my head. I know some weird things pop in my head sometimes. But what am I going to tell you? And the dumbass goes on and says, Chuck, here is the only thing new about this. This arrangement, we've kept it from the people, and now they know about it. But we won't talk about that. No. This arrangement, the settlement of the claim with Iran, the payment of a portion of that settlement, hostages coming home, thank God. $400 million for 4 hostages in Iran. That's $100 million per hostage. 4 people dead in Benghazi. We couldn't even send in reinforcements. This was a brief to Congress and the American public months ago. The only thing new this week, the only thing new is Donald. Wait a minute. I must have missed something. Chuck here is the only thing new about this arrangement, the settlement of the claim with Iran, the payment of the portion of the settlement. He continued, I understand why Donald Trump is trying to make something out of it, but you have 2 important issues. He's trying to say that this was already talked about and the people were notified. He is such, oh my God, I just got a headache. Nothing has been said at all before publicly. They may have alluded, the payments. Nothing was said out loud. Now he's trying to lie and come out, well, it was talked about months ago. Trying to play that, people just don't remember. Bullshit. Because this is something that I would have picked up and put on the air and made an issue. They're trying to blow it off because Donald Trump's making a big issue, and it is helping him. So they want to try to deflect and blame others. But he goes on, the first one is there was a legitimate claim against the United States. The United States bargained it down to a fraction. We're making claims in international tribunals, and we are having claims made against us all the time. We bargained it down to a fraction and paid a portion of the claim, and we got hostages home. Both of those things are appropriate. I understand why Donald is trying to make something out of it, but there's just no there. Did any of that make sense? He spins it around and talks about nothing and says nothing while putting a lot of words out there. We bargained it down to a fraction and paid a portion of the claim. So now we can take hostages and put claims in? Hey, let's start taking hostages and we can fix our deficit real quick. We'll start taking hostages and putting claims in. Yes, where do we go to put a claim in on? We got some hostages of country XYZ, and we want to put a claim in for the to be paid back and refunded. Okay, we got to go to negotiations first. Okay, we're going to want $1 zillion for these hostages each. Okay. All right, send in the negotiators. What the flip-flop is this guy talking about? We're making claims in international tribunals, and we are having claims made against them. He talks a lot of nothing. I understand why Trump is trying to make something out of it. Because there's something there, you jackass. And you're trying to spin it to turn it into nothing by saying nothing by using a lot of words. Just as I just did. Oh, these people just drive me up a wall. And then this is the best one. When asked if it looks like a ransom, Kane said, no, absolutely not. We don't pay for hostages. But he just got done saying, we paid a portion to get our people back. We paid for hostage, jackass. You talked about how it was, we paid a portion. He goes on to say, we don't negotiate for hostage. Absolutely not. We're nations of law, and if there's a claim we think we owe something on, we try to bargain the best we can. How many pounds of lead paint chips did this moron eat when he was a child? Because he also just got done talking about how they bargained the money down and paid a portion of it to get the hostages. This guy's an idiot. And this is who they picked to be the vice president. He then went on to talk more and talk about how he wouldn't say Hillary lied, but promised. Now remember this one. He promised to be absolutely transparent. Where did we hear that before? I swear I've heard that exact comment before. That they're going to be transparent. Oh, yeah, the last 7.5 years I've heard how they're going to be transparent. This schmuck, for number one, couldn't say that Hillary lied when everybody and their mother knows she lied. When MSNBC and CNN, both, the Clinton News Network went, she lied, dumbass. She just, we can't even cover that one up. We can't even put enough bullshit on that to make it sound convincing. She just outright lied. And he's out there. I'm not assuming that's going to be the case even a month from now. I think we came out of the convention with a real positive momentum. The convention, as you know, started off with some churn on the Democrat side on Monday. But by Thursday night, we were together and pulling in the same direction. What friggin' convention was he watching? What convention did he attend? What the hell is that jackass smoking? There was some churn. Some churn on the Monday? I don't even know where to start on that one. I really don't. But he ended with all this. Where was it? She was saying what Director Comey acknowledged to be true when she spoke to the FBI. Bullshit. He's already came out and said no. Everybody knows Comey did not say any of that. He called her a liar. It takes a lot of balls. The FBI just covered up your incident and is not recommended indictment. And what do? Yeah, he said this. Yeah, definitely. Oh my God, the retardedness in this. But the bottom line is this. She made a mistake, and she said over and over again, I made a mistake, and I've learned from it, and I'm going to fix it, and I apologize for it. Anybody believe that? If you believe that, I got a bridge for sale. But his last statement, I know that this is something that she's learned from, and we're going to be real transparent. Absolutely. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Speaker, Red Nation Rising, YouTube, and iTunes. We will be right back.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We're always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplansdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its host, the Jersey Boy. boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to reaver.one and click on the live stream. And last but not least, if you want to watch or if you want to support the show, go to reaver.one/shop. That's REAVER.ONE/SHOP. As many know, I wasn't on Friday, and I don't want to sit here and give false apologies. I feel bad I wasn't on, but for those that do these types of shows, they understand where I'm going to come from, and I don't want to sound like I'm whining or anything, but I actually kind of got down in the dumps by that point. I needed a little bit to step away for those 3 days to recharge. I was getting to a point where it was like, what's the use in fighting? And everybody gets that way. I'm pretty sure everybody. I talk to other people, and there's so much shit going on nowadays. It just, after a while, it just gets to you. It piles onto you, and you got to sometimes just step away. When you have all this negativity that you're dealing with, when you're dealing with your country like this, it can get to you after a while. It felt like I was just sitting there spinning my wheels, and I hate to put it that way, but that's the best way I can explain it. It felt like I was just spinning my wheels, and I wasn't getting anywhere. Not like I'm trying to become famous. That's not what I'm talking about. It just felt like there's no change of what's going on in this country. That we're just at this point where sometimes I wonder if any of this is worth it. It's worth it because our country's worth fighting for. What I mean by worth it is, are we going to be able to overcome the mass fraud that the left is going to do? And you know what? Yeah, we can. And we got to work to make sure that we outvote whatever fraud they think they can do. We got to outvote what they can put forth. The American people have overcome odds time and time again, and we're going to be called to do it again. We're going to have to fight this fight. It's worth it. And we're going to have to keep fighting. So my apologies for not being here Friday, but I needed a little bit of a recharge, a little kick myself in the ass and get myself going. Sometimes you just need to step away. That's what I did. Let me tell you, I feel very much invigorated and ready to kick ass and take names. Now that I'm kind of stuck. Let's see, where are we? Where are we? Oh, besides, I'm in Florida. Doing something real quick, like. Hold on. All right, so Hillary Clinton said she may have short-circuited on email answer. In other words, she got caught in a lie, and she doesn't want to admit that she just outright lied and tried to come up with every bullshit answer that she could. Oh, don't you hate when you can't remember a password? So you do it the email. Holy shit. Some of these damn things. When you do a lost email and holy shit. You have to type in like the words that appear. Usually it's like 4 or 5 letters. This one's got like 20 goddamn letters. That's weird. Thought I had my phone with me today. Nope, I don't. So, sorry. The Democrat president nominee Hillary Clinton said she may have short-circuited during her response in an email. I just want to laugh. I want to laugh. She may have short-circuited. She may have bullshitted. She may have outright lied. Short-circuited. Actually, if you go to Reaver.one, I did get a little creative this weekend. And put a little video together. What makes Hillary short-circuit? I could have kept going on and on and on and on and on and on. But I didn't want to make like a 2-hour program. Some things just don't make sense. It's for her to go out there. I short-circuited. No, you lied. There's no other way to say it. You just lied, you got caught, and now you want to backtrack. Okay, that's weird. That's freaking weird. All right, I'll deal with that later. But she said that she and Chris Wallace were talking past each other and that the answer may have gotten confused. And the transcript, and I'm going to go over it briefly, and it's from Wallace. After a long investigation, FBI director said that none of those things that you told the American public were true. Chris, that's not what I heard. Keyword, what she heard. She heard what she wanted to. What Director Comey said. And I thank you for the opportunity, yada, yada. Director Comey said, my answers were truthful, and what I've said is consistent with what I have told the American people. That is the biggest bullshit lie right there. Even Political Factor gave her 4 Pinocchio. Political Factor gave her pants on fire, and Washington Post gave her 4 Pinocchios. Left falling off the cliff leaning. I don't want to call them news agencies, but Political Factor and Washington Post called her out on her bullshit. And the response is, I may have short-circuited. I don't know what happened. This is what we'll get for the next God knows how many years if she were elected. And I don't know about any of you. That's not what I want to have as my president anymore. We've put up with it for too long now of a president who just wants to lie. And we've had it for way too long. And we need to, I know a lot of people are worried about Trump. They don't like the way he speaks. But you can give him one thing. He tells you what he's thinking. He doesn't bullshit you. He tells you exactly what he's thinking. He's not a liar like Hillary. He's not going to sit here and then, she gets caught in a lie and she basically doubles down on it. And she's still trying to say that Comey, Director James Comey, said she was truthful. He said no such thing. He has said repeatedly. She lied to the American public. She lied to Congress. Repeatedly. I don't know. It's... I don't think having him say my answers to the FBI were truthful, and then I should quickly add what I said was consistent with what I had said publicly, and that really sort of, in my view, trying to tie both ends together. She's a politician. She runs herself in a circle and says nothing. Welker pointed out that Comey actually said that Clinton sent 3 emails that were marked classified. Clinton tried to clarify that Comey referred to emails that were resembling classified markers, but that the 100 emails she sent containing classified information were not marked classified, which is pretty much what I've been saying throughout this whole year. No, that is not what he said. She again apologized for not using 2 email accounts and said that she would take responsibility for that decision. She has yet to take responsibility for that decision. She continues to lie, scam, and scheme the American people. And I'm sick of politicians like that. CNN Jake Tapper. I'm having a brain fart and a half. Hillary's claim that Comey said her email statements were true is wrong, and you're not entitled to your own facts. Clinton News Network's Jake Tapper actually went after Hillary, and that's got me. Holy shit. For, 7.5 years now, they've been protecting the Democrats and Obama, and now they're actually calling Hillary on her bullshit. In a video collaboration between CNN's State of the Union and factcheck.org, released on Friday, CNN anchor Jake Tapper stated that the Democrat presidential candidate, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's claim during an interview on Fox News. Oh my God, Friday News. What the hell was I thinking? Fox News Sunday that FBI Director James Comey testified that her statements about her email were true was a false claim. All you politicians out there, you are perfectly entitled to your own opinion, not your own facts, Tapper stated. Tapper also stated, is it true, did FBI Director James Comey testify that the repeated comment Hillary Clinton had made to the public about her private email servers were truthful? No, that is not true. Tapper then stated that the Clintons' campaign has pointed to Comey's testimony that he had no evidence to conclude that Clinton lied to the FBI, but he then pointed out that Clinton wasn't asked her comments to the FBI on Fox News Sunday. Instead, she was being asked about what she said to the public. Tapper then played video of Comey stating that Clinton claims that nothing on her emails were marked classified and no classified material was emailed by her were not true. Tapper continued that more than 2,000 of Clinton's emails contained classified information, more of which were classified retroactively, but that 110 emails contained information that was classified at the time the emails were sent or received. He added that 3 of the emails had classified markings, but they were marked improperly. He concluded Comey did not say that some of the emails contained information that was classified at the time, and Hillary repeatedly told the public that none of the emails contained information that was classified in any way. A reminder to all you politicians out there, you are perfectly entitled to your opinion, not your own facts. And I got to give Tapper, he stood up and he called a spade a spade. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to trust him to do it all the time, but this one he actually stood up and told the truth, which is a very rarity for the Clinton News Network anymore. It's scary how much the mainstream media has been covering up the mishaps the last 7.5 years. They are so in bed with the Democrat Party, it's not funny. It's sad. The news have become the bitches of the Democrat Party. And we've seen it with these emails that the DNC doesn't even deny. They just ignore them. They're not denying them. They're just ignoring them. They're not saying that they're not true. They're just ignoring them. They're hoping it won't go away. But it looks like sometime in October, WikiLeaks is going to be producing more emails from Hillary. And you know what? I'm glad they're waiting. Because if they put it out now, by time elections came around, people have short memories. They would have forgotten about it. There would be all this time to cover it up. But if he puts it out right before election time, it's going to be fresh in everybody's mind when they go to pull that lever. It's... We need to somehow get our media back to being media. And politicians worried more about our country than worried about everybody else in the world. I don't elect these people to represent the Middle East, Asia, Europe, South America. I elect them to represent me. I elect them to represent the United States of America and what is the best interest of her. But it seems they want to represent what's best for their pockets. Donald Trump speaking, and someone just got tossed from the speech. And I'm not going to complain anymore. You know what? We need to start doing it to Hillary Clinton more and more. Even though when someone on the right goes and interrupts Hillary, the media flies off the handle and, oh my God, starts crying about it. But when they do it to, oh, look at that. They're throwing the person out. They're not letting this person stay. Oh, they're so mean. No, they're interrupting someone's speech. And I, for one, am tired of it. And I, for one, am glad to see people getting kicked out of these meetings. With that, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising, Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, now making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. Would you like to support the show? Go to reaver.one/shop. That is REAVER.ONE/SHOP. Pick yourself up survival bracelets. Handmade, custom-made when you order them. With 550 paracord. This is the same paracord. This is not the cheap imitation stuff that you'll find at Walmart, Home Depot. This is 550 paracord. It can handle 550 pounds, I believe it is. And I can't wait. My Reaver of Common Sense t-shirt is going to Ireland and will be shown around Ireland. My good friend Kel is heading to Ireland. Next week you're heading, and she's making sure to pack and spread the word of the Reaver of Common Sense show. And third person just got ejected out of the Trump rally. It is, and yes, thank you for saying that. I don't buy cheap t-shirts when I make them. I get high quality, 100% cotton t-shirts. The t-shirts are made when you order them. It can be made to custom order. Same as the bracelets. When you order them, that's when I make them. Yes, I actually make these bracelets. Something that I did as a hobby for a while, and I thought I would offer it. These bracelets, on average, with the common bracelets that I make, it's for every inch around your wrist, 1 inch equals 1 foot of paracord. So, on average, it's anywhere from 8 to 10 inches is the average wrist. So that's anywhere to 8 to 10 foot of cord you're getting that you can use in an emergency. You can get the plastic clips. I even offer the metal clasp. You can use those in an emergency too. And that's what the purpose of these bracelets are. For an emergency, you need, you can even pull, I think it's 7 cords on the inside of it that you can pull out and use those. So, at 70, you can get 70 foot. And they're pretty strong. I think it's like 100, maybe 75 pounds they can take at that point. So check it out. Go to reaver.one/shop. The t-shirts are high quality, 100% cotton t-shirts. And the bracelets are made with top paracord 550. Let's see. Where are we? We're on the last segment of the show. No more commercials. Just my annoying voice for the next half hour. I know you guys all miss me. Man, I'm full of myself today. So, Rudy Giuliani points out that the media ignored Hillary lied to a Gold Star mother. Sunday on ABC's This Week, while defending Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump, former mayor of New York City, Rudy Giuliani, said Democrat presidential nominee Hillary Clinton's actions don't get the same intentions that Trump's do. And he alluded to what he described as lying to a Gold Star mother. I think Hillary's comments, just don't get the same intentions that Trump do. For example, she lied to a Gold Star mother. She lied to Pat Smith, the mother of Sean Smith, who was killed at Benghazi. I believe because of her incompetence. Her incompetence in failing to secure that mission, she lied to her on September 14, 2014, right at the coffin. She said it was due to a video. And then she now tries to say, I never said that. Well, let me see if I got that on this computer today. Let me see. I'm going to play a little clip. It's got a little bit more than needed, but take a listen. It's a video clip that I put up. You can get it at Jersey Joe.
Did you talk about vice presidential possibilities?
What difference at this point does it make? But she's wrong. She's absolutely wrong.
And that was to a question. She was asked during a debate about Pat Smith accusing her of lying. And she turned around and she said Pat Smith is wrong. That she never said anything about a video.
This has been a difficult week.
Real quick. This is September 14th, 2012. I believe it's at Dover Air Force Base where the bodies were brought in. And this is over the caskets. This is the speech that Hillary Clinton gave to the nation and to the families that were present that day.
This has been a difficult week for the State Department and for our country. We've seen the heavy assault on our post in Benghazi that took the lives of those brave men. We've seen rage and violence directed at American embassies over an awful internet video that we had nothing to do with. Embassies over an awful internet video that we had nothing to do with. Over an awful internet video that we had nothing to do with.
But she says she never said that right there. And what I don't understand, you get so many politicians that are doing this anymore. They'll deny statements, but these statements are right there on video. Anybody with a computer can find these statements. She blamed it on a video right to the parents' faces, the loved ones. And now she calls Pat Smith a liar, and Chris Matthews has done it. GQ writer not only said that Pat was lying, and that called for her death of Pat Smith, when all it takes is 5 seconds to pull up that clip where she said it on national TV. So for the families to say that she went around to each one of them and blamed it on a video and promised to get justice, I believe him because she said it to the nation the same day. But does the media pick up on this and push this? No. They cover up Hillary Clinton. CNN doesn't show this. MSNBC, NBC, ABC, CBS. You can go to my Facebook page, as I said, and for Jersey Joe, it's just search for Jersey Joe Talks. That is with an S. And I got that full video up because I did the video of what makes Hillary short circuit. So it is a mixture of different things she said, but you can find that clip very easily. In fact, if you go to Jersey Joe, and don't forget to hit the like button. Hit the video button on the left, I think it is now. Yeah, and second video. It's not hard to find this stuff. But mainstream media ignores it all the time. She said that to the victims, and now that it's been proven different, they knew about it. She knew about it the night that it happened, that it was a terrorist hit. They used the video to cover it up so that fuckface can get reelected. This was right before the election this happened. as Obama's telling us that Al-Qaeda was done with and all this and the war is done with, we get this hit and we get 4 Americans killed. Even if it was over that video, who gives a shit? If we want to make videos making fun of Allah, we could do that. They sure as hell go after the Christian religion. They go after the Jewish religion. So what exempts them from not being made fun of? But what is sick is how all these lamestream medias ignore the fact that Hillary lied, has called Pat Smith a liar. She has attacked a Gold Star mother. They don't go after her like they do Trump, who just responded to being attacked by Mr. Khan, who has been paid over $250,000 for his little speech. The same man who is protecting the people that killed his son. His son is a true hero. Pat Smith's son is a true hero. He was an IT personnel. And by all accounts, he was trying to help the ambassador when Hillary Clinton failed to do her job. When Hillary Clinton failed to give the security that they needed. And if they couldn't provide the security, they should have yanked Chris out of there. They should have never let Ambassador Stevens in there, knowing there was not enough security. It's not the fact that we got attacked. Our embassies have gotten attacked before. We've lost people in embassies before. Because this is the left. Well, this happened underneath George Bush. Yes, and we sent in reinforcements. And if they would have sent in reinforcements and we lost people, this would have been a blip on the radar. But they didn't send anybody to help. They left Americans hanging out to die. She tried to have those people killed to cover up the fact that we were running guns out of there and arming ISIS. That's where the issue is. And the left is too fucking stupid. Excuse me for our language, but damn it, they're too stupid to realize the simple fact that this isn't political. This is the fact that she did not send in help. She hung out Americans to die. There were so many goddamn options that I even know about. They had a Predator drone above, armed, that could have went in. There was pilots not far. All they wanted to do, go below the deck, hit their afterburner, scare the shit out of everybody there, which would have caused everybody to disperse. They would have came back, yes, but it would have given some time. No. They want to keep covering it up in the mainstream media. And they're just as guilty as the Democrats are on this subject. And a lot of them. And to me, this is treasonous activity. And the media is helping with that activity. We need to take this country back control of it. Start prosecuting some of these people for their failures, for their actions. Too many people think they're untouchable. And under this administration, they have been untouchable. Hillary should have been indicted by now. FBI admitted she broke the law. But came up with a whole new standard for the way of deciding that's never been used before. because she didn't mean to break the law. Well, that doesn't matter. And what is it? Ignorance of the law is no excuse. Well, if I don't intentionally get behind the wheel drunk, what, you can't charge me now? That's a bunch of bullshit. You're going to charge me so quickly. If I didn't know my license was suspended and I drive, I'm still going to get in trouble for driving on a suspended license. And yes, it is possible that my license can get suspended unless I'm checking it every day before I go out to drive. I could drive accidentally without knowing. In fact, Florida now, it has 2 laws: driving with knowledge without a license, or driving without knowledge of no license. And this is, our country's going to hell in a handbasket, and Hillary has been a part of it for the last 7.5 years. I keep hearing all of her accomplishments, and nobody says what her actual accomplishments are. She's had so many accomplishments. You know what? I can sit there and go, yeah, I've had so many great accomplishments at doing the radio. So many great things I've done at radio. What have you done? So many goddamn things. I've had great accomplishments. Just ignore the actual question and go on with my statements. How many people are going to actually believe it? I hope nobody will believe me when I say that, unless I can show proof of what great accomplishments I have given. Yes, I did. I posted something and Kel said her ears were bleeding. Every time that woman talks Hillary Clinton, I would rather listen to nails on a chalkboard. And I'm not trying to be mean to her, just that voice. It's that shrilling voice that... Even thinking about it, just... And I still laugh at the DNC Bill Clinton get up there. She's the love of my life. I've been screwing around with all these women, but she's the love of my life. Whew. Okay. Yeah, she cackles. I was trying to find a good one for that video I did for the ending of just her cackling. I had trouble, and I was getting tired. I fear for Toto. Well, I don't know if you've seen it. I have a meme I created. It's a witch's broom with a bicycle seat and handlebar, and I said this is going to be Air Force One. If she's elected, that'll be Air Force One, and I'll have warnings. Avoid all houses and water. She gets elected. Someone just runs up and throws water on her. That would be funny as hell. Let's see if she melts. I can't stand the woman. And what she'll do to this country is absolutely appalling. It's, you know, I make light of this woman, and it scares me when people, well, I'm voting for her because she's a woman. Yeah, we voted for the first black president, and how did that get us? Nowhere. Isn't it if I say don't vote for her because, get your hands on what, Cal? If I say I'm voting for Trump because he's a man, I'd be called a sexist. But if a woman says I'm voting for Hillary because she's a woman, oh, you're so courageous. When did voting what's between someone's legs instead of what's between the ears become more important? Seriously, I don't care what's between someone's legs. It doesn't matter. It's scary that people actually think that. And now the big talk right now is the bias that's going on. And Trump's smart. Put that out there. Don't be afraid to point out the truth. Is the left going to try to make fun of it? Yes. But put it out there. This is what's going on, people. Because that is what's going on. The left has been biased for months now. And it's endangering our country. It's friggin' scary. They attack. Hang on, there we go. Boom. Dang, that was weird. There you go, Cal. It's all yours. I couldn't send it to your page. It said it wouldn't allow me, so I had to send it in a private message. The left has been biased for a while now. And then they get shocked when they get called out on being biased in one way. Well, it's been what's been going on. And Lord, do we need to change it? We need to change it. That's why I'm going for Trump. I will admit it. I am a supporter of Trump. I've been for a while now. I wasn't in the beginning. I had a lot of doubt. So but I'm going to vote Trump. I think he is the best option. And when it comes to the business sense and getting this country, our economy switched around, I think he's the best choice we've had in a long-ass time. But it is coming to that time. As much as I got a whole bunch more to go over, but some days I can barely get through one article, and other days I can't get through enough. I will be back tomorrow, my normal times, as always, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by me, Jersey Joe. If you want to find me on social media, just look for Jersey Joe Talks. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and a bunch of others that I can't remember. But until tomorrow, I do want to say thank you as always. I'm humbled and appreciative that everybody is listening. Have a great day. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.